because I don't have any protection in the dream. Meng Meng immediately made a request and gave a promise. Please don't refuse. I can sign an evolution contract with you, guaranteeing you won't be harmed. Hearing this, Chen Bai thought, evolution contract? It seemed like this was his first time hearing about it, so he was a bit confused. He replied seriously, the evolution contract requires the approval of cosmic will, and it costs at least 10 gold coins. Right? Then he carefully sent another message, if you can get 10 gold coins, why talk to me about combat skills? Meng Meng replied with 2 messages, the monsters I kill in the dream also die in reality. I can also adjust the explosion speed of monsters in the dream, so I can get enough gold coins. I can also give you other gifts, like these 2 items. Meng Meng seemed very eager, ready to give him important items. She sent another message, mental perception, degrade skill book. Seeing this, Chen Bai greatly admired Meng Meng. He slightly curled his lips and thought to himself, this ability is indeed powerful, it's comparable to my Virus King. She sent another message, executing special item command F grade. Chen Bai seemed to want to refuse but responded, please, although I am strong in the dream, I am very fragile in reality. Meng Meng bit her lip. Now she finally spoke her fear, and she typed a reply, I have a very strong feeling that if I don't improve my combat skills soon, I will die eventually. After reading the message, Chen Bai looked into the distance and commented, your intuition is correct, this ability does not improve physical strength, and that is the fatal weakness. Seeing her pitiful state, after all, she was just a level 3 profession. He became more open and replied, then send me the evolution contract. He then walked out with focus, thinking, for this Meng Meng girl, if she's willing to sign the contract, I'll naturally help her. Such powerful talent must be recruited into my team. Then, a notification popped up, notification, you have received the evolution contract from Meng Meng. Meng Meng promises not to engage in any actions that cause harm or negative effects. If you violate the contract, you will lose the evolutionist status, and the contract will take effect within 24 hours. Since anything must be done under contract for assurance, Chen Bai decided to help Meng Meng this time and clicked I agree. He then returned to Song Ziqing's villa. Chen Bai lay in another bedroom, still immersed in thoughts about Meng Meng from morning until now. The dream totem requires relaxation and observation for 3 minutes. If the observer does not have a room, the time will be longer. Speaking of Chow Chow, Chow Chow arrived. Meng Meng sent Chen Bai a talisman with strange seal patterns. Chen Bai leaned against the soft pillow, looking at the seal while thinking, if this ability evolves to the point where it can be seen in the dream, that would be terrifying. He then closed his eyes, preparing for a long dream. The system task was quickly completed the moment his eyes shut. Chen Bai stood in front of Meng Meng, both appearing in her room. This was Chen Bai's dream, but with Meng Meng's ability, it still looked like her real house. Meng Meng cutely widened her eyes, holding a teddy bear, then blushed and stammered, hello, hello. Lord Bai, my name is Meng Meng, dream like the dream world, dream is Meng Meng. The contract you signed earlier is with me. Upon meeting her, he also began introducing himself and asking questions continuously. My name is Chen Bai, just call me Bai. Is this your dream world? Is this place suitable for combat training? Meng Meng placed the teddy bear on the floor and happily turned to answer, no, this isn't the place. She then opened an entrance with her own ability and passed through a secret realm. She pointed in that direction and explained, I've organized the gym, it's not far from here. Seeing such a scene for the first time, Chen Bai was also very surprised. From earlier until now, he noticed that this girl blushed every time she saw him. His eyes widened in astonishment as he thought, this is. Entering the protagonist's perspective, it was seen that Meng Meng had created a secret realm city resembling Jiangcheng. Entering the gym she mentioned, there was a roof like a large sports field. After taking a circle around, Chinbai finally spoke. Continuing to ask questions, full of doubt and surprise, is this the gym you mentioned? How is your dream world so large? Despite her powerful abilities, Meng Meng wasn't boastful. She kindly explained, it's not entirely like that. The dream world exists independently and does not belong entirely to me. As a dreamwalker, I can only enter and alter it. Based on my recent findings, the dream world and the real world reflect each other. After listening to Ming Ming's explanation, Chinbai understood and excitedly said, so that's it. I get it. Then let's start training in the gym now. Upon meeting Chinbai, Meng Meng was very happy, and she ran ahead to lead the way. Then she turned back playfully and called, let's go. Chinbai was initially somewhat at a loss, but this time, he trusted Meng Meng. 5 minutes later, in the basketball court of the Dream World's gym. It was pitch black due to the lack of lighting, creating a somewhat scary atmosphere. She flicked her hand, and every place on her fingers shimmered with faint light. There's light now. Soon, the lights that didn't require electricity began to shine, making the basketball court brighter and everything clearer. Seeing the little girl Meng Meng display her abilities, Chenbai asked, are you still in middle school? Meng Meng turned around and smiled, then proudly said, hee hee, before this, I was a novel author. Chenbai sat on a step, hands on his knees, and said softly, if you want to improve your combat efficiency in reality, the best way is to fight. He then began guiding Meng Meng, don't use the dream world's abilities to attack me, let me see your combat level first. Then the cute girl continued proudly to tell Chenbai, in the dream world, my attributes will be enhanced just like my mental power. Currently, my mental power is 48, so be careful, sir. Chinbai stood up with support, not too concerned, and said to Meng Meng, don't worry, go ahead and give it your all. The little girl swung her fist with all her might, shouting loudly, ha! Who could have expected? Chenbai only used one move, he dodged sideways, and Meng Meng missed, almost falling to the ground, blushing in embarrassment. With a hum, Chenbai commented, your center of gravity is unstable, you can throw punches but can't retract them. You can't do that. What was this girl thinking? Then she shut up. Perhaps this was Meng Meng's highly focused state. Next came the ultimate move, helicopter double fan. Meng Meng spun her hands and rushed toward Chenbai, eyes closed, shouting, Aya. Chenbai smiled faintly, raised his hand to cover his head, and helplessly teased her, is this an entry-level move practiced by 5-year-olds? Hitting others but falling down herself, Meng Meng may have a 3S class, but in front of him, she had no skills. Chenbai casually glanced and pointed out, first, control your center of gravity. A punch you can't retract is the most fatal. Watching Meng Meng continue swinging her fists in the air, weaker than even Song Ka, Chenbai sat down helplessly and sighed, second, you need to know where you want to strike, not just swing wildly like this. He then quickly approached Meng Meng and said, third, observe your opponent. Don't just focus on your own punches. Meng Meng paused, like a dazed fish, and then realized Meng Meng's little fist was held down by Chenbai himself. He said, all right, I now understand your level. Just remember these 3 points for now. The handsome man and beautiful woman were practicing in this small gym, just the two of them. Chenbai straightforwardly commented, just now, I only used about 20% of my speed, and you could completely react. Upon hearing this, Meng Meng immediately apologized, sorry. I was too weak. Chenbai interrupted Meng Meng's self-blame directly, staring intently at her lips and replying, what's the apology for? Just train hard. With such close contact, Meng Meng began to feel a bit warm. Her face turned red as she exhaled lightly, not daring to look at Chenbai, and responded, phew, I understand. 7 days later, at the Dongshan Villa area. Chenbai was resting on the sofa, while Song Ziqiang stood behind him, holding a watermelon and leaning in to say, Master. The rules of Dongshan have been posted everywhere, and there is someone responsible for explaining in front of each notice board. Upon hearing this, Chenbai nodded in satisfaction. Wow. It seems like the Dongshan residential area is indeed on track. Tired of home-cooked meals, he had recently tasted some new and delicious flavors, feeling that everything was now stable. He instructed Song Ziqiang, I've already cleared the area around Dongshan, and from now on, the management here is up to you. I'll leave early tomorrow. Today, Song Ziqiang purposely didn't wear a jacket. She curiously asked, why are you leaving so early? I thought you'd stay a few more days since your temperature control gear is still missing a piece. Chenbai summoned the system panel before his eyes. Temperature control set April 5th plus 10, all attributes applied, can resist debuff weakening, and will carry a random infectious debuff with attacks. He bent his head, reading the details, and explained to Song Ziqiang, I don't have time to search for that E-level equipment anymore. There are more opportunities outside, and the items in the museum are more valuable. I still need to grab some goods. Song Ziqiang grew closer, like a king and queen. She hugged him from behind and whispered, then you have to think about us and go back. If you don't return, who will manage your White Emperor Palace if it faces a flood? Chen Bai tilted his head at her and, enjoying the conversation, asked, oh. Will there be a flood in my territory? Now he leaned closer to her lips and whispered, then call them over. Today we need to have a good discussion about waterproofing. Occasionally, Chen Bai signaled to Song Ziqiang, who quickly agreed, okay, master. Late at night, in that brightly lit room, this battle seemed even harder and longer than before. It was still those 6 little kittens, just like the previous nights. Chen Bai carefully took care of the kittens, making sure none of them got hurt, showing off his 6-pack abs and noble demeanor. Everyone cheered, immersed in romantic love, mixed with many complex emotions. In their eyes, Chen Bai was not only a great professional player but also a romantic boy, waving many flying roses. People called it sublimation. The next morning, just like usual. Everyone was so tired they fell asleep, and Chen Bai quietly left first, leaving 6 little cats lying on the big bed. He walked out of the room and suddenly saw Su Ning. He turned around and said, are you looking for Ziqiang? She's still asleep. However, Su Ning wasn't looking for Song Ziqiang. She quickly replied, no, I'm here to find you. Chen Bai asked, what's the matter? Su Ning walked closer and reported in detail, someone is causing trouble in the residential area at the foot of the mountain. Chen Bai walked and repeated, are you coming to me for this? Haven't the rules of Dongshan been set already? He then angrily turned around and asked, don't they know how to follow the rules? Su Ning hurriedly put her hands together and said, sorry. Sorry, we've already controlled them. She then carefully explained, but among them, there are your classmates, so. Hearing this, he had to put aside his current task, quickly changing his plan and telling Su Ning, take me there. Su Ning immediately followed and replied, understood. The two arrived at the residential area at the foot of the mountain, which was also part of Dongshan's villa area. As soon as they descended a few steps, someone noticed Chen Bai's presence. That person excitedly pointed and shouted, Chen Bai is here. I saw Chen Bai. Up above, Su Ning simply pointed to the people below and briefly explained the situation. These people were unhappy with the daily 1 yuan fee and wanted free protection for their houses and residential areas, but they didn't want to pay the price. Chen Bai gently responded with a He didn't say anything further, just slowly walked up to the previously excited man and said, Li Shen. I know it's you. Seeing Chen Bai approaching, Li Shen was overjoyed and waved happily, saying, Chen Bai, I'm Li Shen. Because they were familiar with each other, it was easy to talk. Chen Bai directly entered the topic, our Rules aren't strict, 1 yuan only requires killing a zombie. Even if you can't kill them, there are still some profitable tasks in the residential area. Why did you gather everyone here to cause trouble? Li Shan pointed to those holding banners and slogans and explained, the problem isn't the money, it's that. You're wrong. The devil has arrived, we should help each other. This person was the type who was too lazy to work and liked to enjoy life, and since he was familiar with Chen Bai, he came up with these tricks. Then he loudly shouted in front of everyone, now that you have resources, you should help everyone get through the tough times. Listen to my advice, as the student union president, Chen Bai, if you achieve great things and bring benefits to the world, cancel this rule, and everyone will be grateful to you. Chen Bai showed an impatient expression, trying to close his eyes and not show strong emotions, saying, haha. I can't be bothered to waste words with someone like you. After his rebirth, the protagonist realized that being docile was a mistake. So, facing these demands, he coldly responded, even if I once knew you, you still have to listen. This is the rule. If you can't stand it, get out immediately. Anyone who doesn't leave within 3 minutes will be dealt with harshly. After speaking those cold words, Chen Bai walked slowly to the front, extending his hands and maintaining a calm demeanor, saying as he walked, this is the rule. If you can't stand it, leave quickly. If you don't leave in 3 minutes, you'll be killed. No questions asked. Afterward, Chen Bai crossed his arms and coldly ordered, Ling Shuang, start the countdown. Su Ning immediately answered, understood. Li Shan hadn't even seen the coffin and was already laughing and crying. He stubbornly smiled and said, no need for a 3-minute thing, I'm definitely not leaving. I'm here representing everyone's welfare. And everyone will stand with me and be grateful. The people behind him also had the same expression. At this point, a soldier wearing heavy armor and carrying weapons couldn't help but curse, stop talking nonsense, what's 1 yuan is a burden for the people here? Those who are dissatisfied are either selfish or doing it for their own benefit. Then, other people began pointing at Li Shan, and one shouted, we won't protect these 2 kinds of people. A useless person can't even kill a zombie in a whole day? The soldier in the front also said, if you can't earn a yuan, come to my house and guard the door. I'll give you 2 yuan. Now, almost everyone stopped supporting Li Shan. They loudly shouted, get out quickly, this place was built by us, and it has nothing to do with you. The pressure from the crowd made him sweat profusely, and then an extremely angry expression appeared on his face. He couldn't do anything and could only grit his teeth in anger, saying, you people. Then, he stood in front of everyone and loudly shouted, if you leave, then leave. Who would want to join this damn place? Then he threatened Chen Bai, just wait. Chen Bai, you'll regret making me leave. The people behind him felt it was impossible. And everyone was dejected, no longer as enthusiastic as before. The banners and slogans disappeared. At this point, Chen Bai slowly walked up to Li Shan and said, wait a minute. Li Shan hadn't understood what had happened and asked, what? Are you regretting it now? He even pretended to be proud. On Chen Bai's hand, the virus tentacles of the magical power wrapped around, forming sharp claws. Without further ado, Chen Bai easily walked past, almost brushing against Li Shan's upper body. The man hadn't had a chance to understand what had happened when he stared wide-eyed at his ketchup. He then painfully collapsed, and those who followed him were so frightened by the scene that they couldn't stand up, and the atmosphere became silent, with no one daring to speak. Until Chen Bai spoke, saying, you're right. He deliberately raised his sharp claws high, letting the hot ketchup drip down, and softly continued, if a useless person like me is humiliated and can still escape, that would be something I would regret. Lang Shuang, holding the system panel with the countdown, watched the remaining people and announced, 2 more minutes. Aren't you leaving yet? The times have changed, And now these people had sharp eyes like snakes.